All right. Welcome to the On Fire Empire team call. Today is April 7th, and we have Heather that is going to start off our discussion this evening, sharing some nuggets that she got from Super Saturday or Super Sunday this past weekend. She got to go to a really cool one. And then maybe we'll talk a little bit about inviting and what to do with leads. So I'm just going to throw it over to you whenever you're ready.
If I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Okay. I have like 10 pages of notes that I took. But anyway, it was crazy. It was just crazy. My hand, it was just crazy. So I came home and typed them all out. But anyway, their big thing was to connect to your why and make that your priority every single day, to give you a better purpose. And they said that before you get out of bed in the morning, like, you need to say, what am I going to learn today? What am I grateful for? And what am I going to do with this day? And what am I going to learn? And the first person that spoke was Brad Bizjack. I'm pronouncing it. I don't know. His energy was crazy amazing. And I found him on Facebook now, and I've shared a couple of videos with our group. But if you can follow him, he's just got crazy energy and just posts videos all the time about how to be successful and positive. And his thing that he was saying was, it's not our resources that's holding us back, it's our lack of resourcefulness. And he said if you had to be resourceful, you would. And he started with this story that kind of really stuck with me. And he said that think about like the one person in the world that means more to you than any person in the whole entire world, and keep that person out. Now, I'm sure he's way better than this, but I'm trying to get the gist. So that person's in your mind. You work, a 70-hour day. You run your kids to and from here and there, and you don't have any for your family. Now, you wake up, the next person that means more than anything in the world to you was just diagnosed with a terminal illness and has a year to live. So how are you going to be resourceful so that you don't have to work the 70-hour week? What are you going to do at one of those moments with that person and not running your 70-hour week? So he was trying to make, when you come to these roadblocks, if you have something to fight for, you're going to fight for it. If somebody, if your lead isn't going where you want it to go, or if you have an invite that's not going where you want it to go, if you have a greater why and a greater purpose and something greater to fight for, you're going to push yourself that much harder. But he told it way better than that. I hope I'm making sense. So he was just trying to make us connect with some kind of a deeper purpose. And then he said a lot about conditioning your mind every single day. What am I grateful for? And what do I want to do with this day? So that you have a focus for every single day. And he talked a lot about recruitment and choosing the right people for your team, not just any people. And he said when you're having conversations with people, you need to dig deeper and find the purpose that they have before you tell them how you can help them. It's always about them and their needs, and not you and, I need to get a CP. I need to get this person. I need to see. Like, it's not about you, it's about them. And you have to remember that, because you get too caught up in the, it's 21 day fix and it's 160 that flavor. But you need to stop that and listen to them and stop talking and just listen to their needs and hear what they're saying before you say it. And you need to do, tell me more about that. Tell me more about your goals. Share with me what you have in mind for the next 3 months instead of trying to solve their problems. By example, some of these are he told a story about, and that was that little tidbit I put on one of the, pretend that you're farming and you're out in your crops planting seeds. Now you're throwing all the seeds out into the ground or whatever, and you're planting these seeds and the wind comes and all these birds come and grab your seeds and they fly off with your seeds. What are you going to do? Are you going to chase the birds and try to get your seeds back? and leave these seeds that you've already started, or are you just going to keep planting more seeds and more seeds and more seeds, and hopefully maybe those birds will bring your seeds back one day, you know, instead of chasing those birds. So that was the whole, like, stop chasing the birds that take your seeds. Just keep planting your seeds and keep doing what you're doing, and eventually your plants are going to grow. He said we get off on the wrong path too often, and that's about the chasing the birds, which made sense. As far as inviting goes, they say they were telling us to share nuggets, always share nuggets. And they said to send these "hey girl" messages to people, like, "Hey girl, thank you so much for loving on my posts. I really appreciate the support. People like you keep me motivated every day." That's it. Nothing more, just very simple and straight. And then if you get a response, you can do the "have you ever." So theirs was "hey girl" and "have you ever." Like, have you ever wondered what it is I do? Or have you ever considered joining one of my challenge groups? Because that kind of leaves it more open than just a yes or a no, and you need to connect them onto a purpose. And they said to stop it with all this word vomit. Like, the word vomit is out of control. They said stop using word vomit, stop telling them like everything in the first, like, "hey, so tell me about Shakeology." You don't tell them about it. Say, "oh, I'm so glad you know, what excited you that you saw my feed?" And then form the relationship and go from there. Don't tell them about Shakeology when they ask them why they want to know about Shakeology, and then build the conversation from there. Ask questions, ask more questions, and listen, don't answer. It's not about us, it's about them and their needs. And they said after you type your message back to them, read it and then delete half of it and then send it. Don't try to send the whole message in one message, another sentence, so that there's more of a conversation happening instead of just you throwing all this word vomit information straight at them. They said usually it should take 2 weeks of conversation to grow a relationship with somebody before they would commit to something like this. And those are the kind of people that you want on your team, not the ones that just jump at it, I guess. But I don't know. Some that just jump at it are fine. I don't know. Be intentional, be consistent. Always send thank you messages and ask people what part of your life excited them. And you want to keep on social media. Where I had a social media thing here. People don't. Oh, they said stop focusing on what other people think about you on social media, because guess what? They aren't thinking about you at all. They said you want to post on social media so that the people that follow your feed say to themselves, what would my life look like if I had their story? What would my life look like if I was in this program? That's what you want them to think about. You don't want them to they're not thinking about you. They said at the thing on Sunday, they're like, just get over it. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about what is happening in your life. I don't know. I'm throwing a bunch of stuff out.
I like it.
And they said never to assume that people already know about Beachbody, because 98% of people know what it is. They said stop assuming and stop saying, oh, I shouldn't ask that person because I know they don't need it. They made a good story about this one girl works at Walgreens, and the pharmacist, she never approached them and told them what she was doing, because she's like, they make great money. They don't need this in their lives. You know, they don't need to be a coach or have this side job. And in reality, that pharmacist was dying to go down to part-time because she was missing all of her child's events at school. And her 4-year-old came home crying because she wasn't at the mommy and me tea again, because she couldn't take off of work. And the girl that worked at Walgreens said it never crossed my mind to even talk to her about it because she didn't need the money. So they said don't discount anybody. Everybody needs this, and you have to invite. And then they said when to close. a conversation out is when you like help find their solution. So after your conversation, like if you hear that, you know, I hear you saying that you're really having to prepare all of your meals. What if I took the prep time away from just one of those meals a day? Would that help you out? Would that take some of your stress away? Or I know that time with your children is very valuable to you. So I know you like to, you know, stay fit and you have that drive to the gym. What if I gave you that hour drive to the gym back into your life? And you could spend that hour that you spend in the car with your children instead.
I like those. Hey, Heather, do you mind typing some of those one-liners and hey girl scripts and stuff out and putting them on the page later? Because I can't write fast enough.
Oh, no, you're fine. I have the notes.
Okay.
I have, they're all.
A lot of notes.
They're
Awesome.
here. Yeah, there's like 8 pages. It was like 3 hours of nonstop talking. You should have seen everybody. Next time I'm going to take like a recorder or something.
Oh,
it was insane.
That's cool.
It was insane. And then that Tara girl that spoke, I didn't write anything she said because she just told story after story, like from her heart, and had everybody crying, and I didn't know what to write about.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I got to hang out with her on the cruise, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. So, but I mean, it was great information, and it kind of went along with that national wake up call on Monday that or however you say her name, about being human and being authentic and not using scripts and asking open-ended questions about or share with me. I've been doing that one a lot. Share with me this week. Giving them permission to kind of open up to you. And that was another thing, like, would you be open to talking about your goals with me? Like, put the ball in their court. You don't hold it to them. Like, would you be open to, you know, talking more about your goals with me? And then they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Not that any of this has worked this week.
Do what?
I'm trying. I said, not that I'm saying any of this worked this week, but it sounds good.
No, but it takes a little while to even try out new things. It takes a couple times to do it, to feel comfortable with it, and to
no, it all makes sense. And everything I've done, like in the first couple months now, I'm like, oh, those poor people.
It's okay. We all do that. We still do that sometimes. It's okay.
I'm saving Logan way back when, so we can have
yeah, for sure.
And say, look at what we said.
I know. So what was the biggest takeaway from it? What would you say?
Be authentic.
Okay.
Be 100% authentic in your conversations and stop with the scripts. Speak from your heart, and success will follow.
Love it. Yes. And I know for, you know, new coaches that are on here, and even some of us that have been doing it for a little bit longer, scripts are great in a certain extent. They're great to look at, to get an idea of what to say. But even if you look at them, I always say, don't just copy and paste. Look at it and try to put it into your own words. So it sounds like if I were sitting here talking to Heather about why I think she should drink Shakeology, I want it to sound like me. I don't want it to sound like what it sounds like on the Beachbody website, or what Megan sounds like saying it, or what Logan sounds like saying it. I want it to sound like me. So don't be afraid to look at scripts and to use them, but make sure you're putting your spin on it, to where you put in your experience with it. You put in why you love it. And, you know, so I don't want it to scare you away from using scripts, because I know when I started, I was like, I have no idea how to say this. People are so much more eloquent with their words than I am, and I just stumble. So it's a great kind of sounding word to use as far as, oh, that's a good word to say. Oh, that's a good way to put it. But definitely make it sound like you just having a conversation. So I like that. Let's see. Anything else you wanted to add, Heather?
No.
No.
I mean,
what did they
open it up.
Yeah. Did they talk about leads? Did you say something about leads when we were talking the other day?
They didn't talk about leads. We were just Logan and Abby and I were trying to figure out about leads.
Yeah.
Maybe that got crossed over.
Yeah. Okay. What was there, like a question y'all needed answered as far as leads go, or just
we emailed the leads that we got, because this was my first month getting a lead, and we just didn't know if you got commission or points or if you're a customer or any of that.
Okay, so for leads, you don't get the initial commission or Success Club points, but they become your customer. So, you want to try to reach out to them, whether it's by email or text, or maybe find them on Facebook, and just let them know you're there for them. Sometimes they respond, lots of times they don't, but, keep trying. The great thing is that the next time they make a purchase, you do make that commission. I've had a couple leads that have ended up purchasing Shakeology or challenge packs, and I get these like surprise Success Club points. Hasn't happened a whole lot, but so once they make like a second purchase is when you start getting commission or Success Club points. I haven't been very successful with my leads. I know some people really are, and I don't know if it's just the luck of the draw or what, but I keep trying. I keep trying to reach out. So,
I had like 4 on Monday.
Yeah, you'll get quite a few.
Two of them already responded, and one of them already bought from her.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
Very nice.
So we should check on the website every day and see if we have.
Oh, there she is. I didn't even know you were on here.
I could figure it out. It was a slow start.
Yeah, so they'll be under like my new, like it says your new customers, down on the left-hand side, is where they show up. And so, it'll say Success Club lead program or just lead program. And so I'd go through there and email them. But like I said, I haven't figured out the best words to say that make them want to respond to me. So I would love some, advice if you guys are getting responses from yours.
Well, I just have some ghetto girl that really got a booty workout or something.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. We have nothing in common, but we're friends on Facebook now. So.
Hey, you never know. There is, have you guys, do you follow Scotty Hobbs? Or have you heard of him? He is a very successful coach, and he was a customer lead. Crazy. Like,
wow.
15-star diamond. Yeah.
That's cool.
So, I would love to get one of those leads, but okay. So we've got, 7 minutes or so left. Do you guys have any questions for Heather? Any questions that didn't pertain to anything we talked about tonight that we can touch on real quick?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is this girl a lead?
Where it says customer program? Yep. Those are both your leads. The only one that's not is where it says my site.
My site?
Well, see that one in the middle?
That one says do not contact somewhere right here.
Yeah. So you won't have any of her information, but that other one that says customer program, you have her email, probably phone number. Yeah. So that's a lead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Blair.
You're gonna get it off now.
Let's see. I don't know. Any other questions? You guys
What
have?
about the new coaches? Are we going to come up with a plan for something?
Yeah, we will. We'll figure out something this month and get started probably at the beginning of May. Have some type of 5-day or 10-day new coach training that's pretty short and precise. I'm going to try to go through the one on the online office again. I really like it, but it's really long. And I know I get burnout on it, and maybe the new coaches don't, but it's long. And sometimes I feel like when it's so long, it's like they feel like they have to wait until they've completed something to move on, you know? So I'd like to do something that's a little bit shorter, that'll get them going, and where they'll see success pretty quickly. So we'll figure that out over the next couple weeks, and hopefully that first week in May we can get it up and running.
It's hard because they all stagger in, so then they all have questions, same questions on different days.
Yeah.
Like if there's one.
Yeah. So I think I know. At the New Leader Conference, they talked a lot about this, is just getting coaches started right. Like that's a huge issue for everybody. It's just because everybody handles it differently, right? Some people take in all the information and just run with it, and some people get really overwhelmed and kind of shut down. And so it's hard to, start everybody the same. But there were Bonnie talked about her new coach training, and it's like a 5-day new coach training. You do this and this and this, and then there you go. But she leaves it open for the rest of the month. So anytime they get a new coach, she'll add them to it, and they can check out the 5 videos or whatever it is. So it can be something that even though, they're coming in that first or second week of the month, third week of the month, they can still be involved in that. And then lots of people also use it as kind of an incentive to recruit new coaches for the next month. Like, hey, we've got our new coach training coming up on Monday. I would love for you to be able to get started in that. Let's get you signed up now or something. So I'd like to have something, and I'd like for it to be where maybe there's a couple of us leading it, and that way they can see more of our team. But we'll kind of, put our heads together and figure out what the most important things are.
On Sunday, I was reading, they said, don't enable your team. Don't give them the answers. Point them to a resource, learn and grow for long-term results.
Yes, absolutely. And anytime I have my new coach GSR call, I try to do one-on-one calls. Sorry, Blair, I didn't do one with you. I didn't start them until I think Aaron may have been one of my first ones. But we talk about their goals, what it means for them to be successful, because what I think being successful in this business may be completely different than what they think. And so I want to make sure I'm on the same page as them. And then we talk about going Emerald, hitting Success Club, and them getting, earning enough money to pay for their challenge pack that they just purchased. And then I tell them, I say, I am always here to answer questions. I'm here to to mentor you. But the best way to learn is to get on the website, go to FAQ if you have a question, go to Google, or use our team page to ask a question. Because if you have that question, more than likely there's at least one other person on the team that needs to know the answer to that question too. And so that's really what the team page is for, is almost like a Google for, for us to use and to obviously to celebrate recognition and stuff. So I think that's a great point. You know, it's so easy to be like, oh, here's a link for this. Oh, and here's a link for this. And don't forget this. But at the same time, you know, you gotta teach them how to find it themselves, or they're just gonna, like you know, they're gonna lean on you for everything. So don't enable them. That's a good word. Yeah. Okay. We kind of got off on a tangent, which is fine. But I loved everything you shared. I'm kind of jealous. Our Super Saturday is great and it's lots of fun. But it's really small. There's like, I don't know how many people were there when we went, Blair. There was like maybe 30. Karis was there. This week there is like 15. So, but but at the same time, you're still with coaches, you're still with people that this has changed their life in one way or another. And, you know, we get to hear from corporate and things like that. But I think one time we should totally plan like a team long weekend somewhere and go to some really cool Super Saturday.
They said that they're trying, Summer and Tara said they're trying to get Tony Horton to come to this Super Saturday.
Really?
I don't know if it's going to happen.
Let's go to the Hawaii one.
Hawaii? Yeah, let's do that.
I don't understand why you don't come to Amarillo.
Well, maybe if we just get big enough, if we keep growing our team and we go 15-star, you know, times 3, then maybe they'll start coming to Amarillo. I mean,
maybe.
I mean, you laugh, Blair. We're going to do it.
I'd choose Autumn, though.
Oh, well, we can have Autumn. We can have both of them. We're going to be so big. They're going to want to both come. Okay. So, Heather, if you would maybe type up a document or something that's easy for you, just some samples of like that "Hey Girl" message and
that's ready.
I can't remember what else. It's already ready. Yeah, if you just want to upload that to like a document on the team page, that would be awesome. That way people that weren't on the call can still look at it, and people that can't write fast enough can look at it. Okay, before we get off the call, Heather, how has your life changed since you started Beachbody?
I have confidence again.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell on this call. I can tell in your post. I can tell in the groups. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's it.
Good. I love it. Well, we're so happy to have you on the team. And I know Logan is super proud of you and how you're growing. And I'm super proud, and we are lucky to have you. And everyone else on this call, thanks for hanging out. And I'm excited to get these team calls up and running again. You guys have a fantastic night, and I'll get this recording up probably tomorrow morning. All right. See y'all later.
Bye.